If you followed this channel for a little while now, you know that I am an advocate for the Maple Leafs keeping Mitch Marner. I think if they got rid of him, it would make the team significantly worse, pretty worse. Now, I guess you could argue perhaps if you replace him with somebody, but I mean, this is a guy that every year is on pace for, 100 points. I don't know how it's debated that he's a frontline superstar. There's absolutely criticisms. I want to be clear that I do understand where other people are coming from, where, he hasn't had success in the playoffs, and the Leafs haven't had success in the playoffs, and it's been an issue for a number of years. Now, some people could argue that you might want to take a step back to take a step forward. However, when you take that step back, that does not mean that you're all of a sudden going to take a step or two forward, if you understand what I mean. Now, I'm not saying that the Leafs couldn't go on a run without Marner, but it's risky in my opinion. So on First Up, we did get an update on the Marner contract. And really, really interesting information from Chris Johnston, the insider Chris Johnston, where essentially he was alluding to the fact that, there's been no actual offers, that the Leafs and Marner are talking, but there's been no actual offers between the two sides, right? Well, the Maple Leafs have not made an offer, that is. Okay, so this isn't good. And he said that makes it much more likely that Mitch Marner will take, quote, a peek at free agency. So this is obviously, from my perspective, this is not what I want to hear. And if you've been following my predictions on Mitch Marner and the Maple Leafs, I'm predicting that he is going to sign in season. So that is definitely putting back my opinion on that, because I'm not sure if that's going to happen now. I personally find this stuff incredibly, incredibly concerning. The Maple Leafs absolutely want to sign Mitch Marner. I understand the criticisms of it. I get it. But you do not want to let this guy go. I'm telling you, right? Can you imagine, again, if they didn't have Mitch Marner? Imagine that. They would probably be, I wouldn't say 500, but they would be closer, and especially with Matthews out. Like, Mitch Marner has stepped up a lot when Matthews is out, right? It's just, this is a worrying update in my opinion. Now, you could make an argument that this is a negotiation ploy. Sometimes what agents will do is they'll negotiate through insiders, and they'll say, give them a little tidbit to kind of, worry people, if you understand what I mean. So I want to be clear, that's absolutely possible. It's absolutely possible that the agent is leaking something to the media to kind of get fans going. Do you understand what I mean? Like, put something on the radio. Again, teams do this stuff too, where they'll leak, like for example, let's say a team made an offer to a player. Let's say you offer Mitch $12 million. A team will say, hey, we offered him that amount and he didn't take it. And then they'll leak that to the public, right? Negotiating through the public might not be great, but it does happen, right? So that's what's kind of making me pause on this, that it could just be the agent negotiating through the media. That's very, very possible. I understand somebody's probably going to say that in my comments, so that's actually a very fair point. In my opinion, you will not replace Mitch Marner. It will not happen. You will not replace him unless and again, Mitch Marner has all the chips. They can't move him. They can't trade him for anybody. He has all the chips in his hand, right? So he is going to use that negotiating tactic to his benefit. And I totally understand that. Now, you could make the argument, though, that this could blow up in Marner's face, because what if he has a difficult season again? In the playoffs, that is, not the regular season. He's always good in the regular season, but what if he goes to the playoffs and he gets bounced in the first round and he has, 3 points in 7 games or something like that? Now, don't get it twisted. He'll still get paid. 100% he'll still get paid. Guys like that always get paid, but that could blow up in Mitch Marner's face, essentially. Contract negotiations for the Maple Leafs with these players have been a sore spot for the organization. Like, they have had issues negotiating these contracts with these players. There's no doubt about that. Look at the William Nylander situation. They got him done last year. You know, Mitch Marner, his agent came out right when they signed Matthews. I don't know if you guys remember that. And he tweeted like, oh, that doesn't seem like Matthews took a hometown discount, So, you know, this has been a huge sore spot for the organization completely. I didn't think that it was going to... I understand negotiations can be tough, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Now, my prediction is still going to be that I think Mitch Marner does sign with the Toronto Maple Leafs, by the way. I just can't imagine him in another jersey, right? Like, I just, you know... I mean, don't you want to fulfill the prophecy? I mean, you have a good team. You're a Leaf fan. How would you not want to fulfill the prophecy and win a cup in Toronto, or at least try to? Now, I have said before, and I will say again, that I think that Mitch Marner is going to get 12 to 13 million. I really, really, really do think that he's going to get that. Now, just to be clear, the benefit from the Maple Leaf side, and we always have to give them the benefit, that the CBA was set up so that the team that you're with can always offer you the extra year. So that is going to be a huge benefit for the Maple Leafs. And I wonder if they're using that as a negotiation tactic, saying, hey, listen, you know, we can offer him the extra year. So even if a team offers him, you know, I don't know, 13 and a half on 7 years or something like that, you're always able to offer him that 8th year, and technically, you know, you would get him as much, if not more, right? So that's a benefit that the Maple Leafs are always going to be able to point to. Now, the Maple Leafs are playing the Philadelphia Flyers today as I'm uploading this, so we're going to see how that goes. Hopefully they beat the Flyers. They did beat the Flyers a couple days ago, so that's good. I just wanted to touch on that signing news. If you could make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, guys, and make sure to have a great day.